You're listening to Dubstep and Dragons, a D&D 5e actual play
Hey, Matt.
podcast. What? What is it this time?
Knock, knock.
I don't want to know who's there. Who's there? I'll play along.
I eat mop.
You eat mop.
I eat mop.
You eat mop. How is this going to bite me in the ass? You eat mop who?
I'm not going to eat your poo.
Oh my god.
Ooh, good one.
You're gross.
Hey, Matt, how about this? Let me hit him with an intro. I got an idea.
Go for it.
Okay, so you're listening to Dubstep and Dragons, a D&D 5e actual play podcast with a cyberpunk twist. My name is Dan. I play Alphonse, and I will not be your game master tonight.
My name is Matt, and I will be your game master.
My name is Luke, and I'm playing Ash.
And my name's Bo. I'm playing Norse.
Previously on Dubstep and Dragons, Alphonse talked some shit, killed a cash cow, shot some orcs, recognized a girl, and mind-controlled his way out of a fight. Ash drank some shit wine, got thrown from a train, showed everyone his giant sword, got knocked the fuck out, and bisected some orcs. Norris spent some time in bondage, ran armless through a field, got a bodyguard gig, headbutted an orc using someone else's head, and didn't yeet a cryo chamber.
Didn't eat a cryo chamber. I
Wasn't
love
for
it.
a lack of trying. I tried. Fucker was heavy.
A 15 is not going to yeet something that heavy.
Could have yeeted it and tore a rotator cuff or something.
Oh.
You don't have a rotator cuff.
I was about to say, never mind, because my arms are metal.
Sorry I didn't inspire you. It's my bad.
You should have.
So, gentlemen, we left off with Carbon Cross riding north into the non-sunset, and you successfully avoided a pretty nasty combat. What would you like to do now?
You're not going to tell us how far he made it, are you?
No, I'm not. He maybe he died. Maybe he made it all the way back to Chicago. Probably died.
He stole my motorcycle.
He did. He did. I didn't mean for that to happen, but it was the first vehicle that popped into my head of the ones I listed.
Ash was looking forward to that
I
motorcycle.
really wanted it.
Sorry, Ash.
It's okay.
Forgive me.
I'll find another one.
Yeah, we'll find a way to get you a motorcycle eventually.
Maybe you'll get one that has one of the sidecars.
Ooh, and the Norse can ride sidecar.
I was
on,
about to
like,
say,
the
I called
cannon.
dibs.
Yes.
Even if you don't, you could always go to like a mod shop and have a sidecar built. There's no reason you can't do that.
Yeah, true.
Are there desert mod shops?
No.
Or barren mod shops or wasteland
No.
mod? Okay.
I mean, you could go talk to the orcs. They might be able to fashion you something
Maybe would you let me luck check for one?
for a motorcycle with a sidecar.
Either that or a mod shop. Like some random mod shop in the middle of nowhere.
So the problem is, it would be a. No, I'm not even gonna. I'm not even gonna humor that. I was trying to do the mental gymnastics in my head to figure out
I've
how
seen
that
the
would
gears
be possible,
turning and instantly come to
and
a stop.
it's just not happening.
Okay.
Okay, so he's riding off. You have a bunch of civilians standing over the hill from you. They have no idea what's going on. All the orcs have bugged out because they just saw people get smushed, people get cut in or orcs get smushed, get cut in half, get all sorts of bad things happen. So they just bolted.
So since we were in a battle, one thing that I didn't get to do because Norris is a very interesting looking fellow. I didn't have a
Very
chance to
much so.
actually ask him or have him describe what he looks like, but it's something out of a horror book.
Norris, describe your ugly ass.
So, as it stands right now, since, I ripped a orc's head off and headbutted another one with it, I am drenched in blood. My arms are very long, metal, and girthy. And I'm
Only
in
been girthy.
since I've been captive for many years. I'm in
Inappropriate.
just a tattered orange jumpsuit, super tall, skinny, very veiny,
What's his hair look like?
green mohawk.
did he choose the green mohawk? Did they like let him cut his own hair,
Well,
or was that by request, or did they do it to him as a joke?
well, you see, because of the radiation, my hair was kind of patchy anyway, and so that's just always the way that I had it cut.
So
And
like the opposite of male pattern baldness.
Yeah, pretty much. Instead of a skullet, I just grew a mohawk.
I wish I had gone bald that way.
I was wondering if it was like a prison gang thing, to be honest with you. I didn't know if. Yeah.
We could have been the green unicorn fairies. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
He was more of a lab rat.
Yeah.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's very lonely in here.
I wasn't sure what the orange jumpsuits in
Yeah.
this decade. I
Oh,
don't know.
fair enough.
That's fair. He just likes orange.
Fair enough.
Makes him stand out if he tries to run away.
Yeah.
No hiding a giant orange jumpsuit.
Especially without arms. I
Right.
mean, that would have been.
And I'm barefoot.
Oh.
It's a good look.
So
You
that
need
kind
some
of
shoes.
I do need some shoes. I need a whole new get up. I feel
Your
like I'm
feet are
screaming.
All right,
I
y'all-
ran away.
Y'all should do this in character. Have this conversation in character.
That's fair.
I feel like we should be,
I thought it was.
playing the game. Oh, is it?
I thought it was. Yeah, I was seriously
Then
was
I'm not here. I'm gonna shut up now.
trying to RP here, bud.
my bad. My bad. Carry on.
Yeah. So if you could help me find some shoes
Oh yeah, we could
and
definitely.
a whole new get up, that would be pretty dandy.
Well, great job being a bodyguard. Super appreciate that.
You're welcome. Didn't
Uh,
see you much, but I'm glad I could protect you.
You know, I was being a piece of shit.
That's fine. I don't judge.
Yeah, it's kind of what
I
I
got
did.
my arms, man. That's all I fucking cared about.
Ah, beautiful. Well, I don't know. Let's take a look around.
Yeah, let's investigate this wrecked train now.
Give me an investigation check, everybody. Let's see what you find.
Ooh, this one.
Mr. DM, that would be 21.
Of course. Would you roll a 3?
Niner.
I got 15.
hey! None of those are too bad. So, with your 9,
Yeah.
you find some. I mean, there's dead bodies everywhere. So
I noticed.
you could definitely find some shoes.
I see
That's-
dead
That's
people.
pretty easy. And there's a variety of people here, so you could probably find some shoes that fit you properly. And maybe what kind of shoe specifically would you like?
Some high top Chuck Taylors.
Ooh, I dig it. Give me a DC 10 luck check. It's just a flat roll. If you get above a 10, you find some. Is that a D20? Roll a
No.
D20 and roll above a 10.
Why did I roll the 20?
Oh, fantastic. You find pristine, like basically just fresh out of the box with no blood on them. It's pretty amazing. You found some that aren't disgusting. But you do have to take them off the dead body of a teenager.
Fuck that kid.
I'm sorry about that.
My shoes.
Oh,
That's
Just
wow.
kidding. That,
Fair enough.
That was rude.
I thought I was going dark, and then you went way
Got
darker.
real dark.
Look, okay, I'm a barbarian that's barefoot in the desert. I need some fucking shoes.
Hey, Norris, I'm not judging you, man.
Yeah, hey, don't watch, but I'm taking these shoes from this kid.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Don't judge.
I'll look the other way.
Thank you.
All is fair. Mr. Alphonse, you find. So you're currently standing near the fallen NATO soldiers.
Yes.
You notice his boots. This particular NATO officer is much more kitted out than the others. He's got better armor, better guns, better, just everything is a little bit better. And he has these heavy metal boots on. Instead of cybernetics, it looks almost like they have propulsion systems built into them.
Oh.
And you could pretty easily remove those from him because I don't think he's going to fight you for them.
I would happily take these pair of boots.
And then as you go around, I imagine you're all going through some of the cases that flew out, just in general looking for things to help you get to where you need to go. Inside of a few of the cases, you find some that have, people people packing like their favorite treats, like their favorite snacks for the trip, stuff like that. So you find, we'll say you find 30 rations.
Okay.
And one ration will get one person through one day. You can collect bottles of water. There would have been plenty on the train. They probably would have been scattered all over. You could probably even find a pallet of them. You already grabbed all the guns out of the train, so you don't have to worry about that. When you're in there, you already got the medical supplies. You can find like some basic like flak vests, stuff like that. And then as you're looking around, all the people start coming out from around the hill because they can hear that the fighting is no longer going on. And they also have a bunch of their own stuff that they've kind of gathered and to bring along the way.
Ash, did you come across anything in your search?
Nothing that I have found.
Good.
I wasn't really looking for much.
You do come off as the rich type.
Yeah, I mean, the armor and stuff is kind of nice already.
I was thinking the sword.
Is there anything you would like to look for particularly?
I'm just looking for supplies to get us across.
Okay, that's
the
kind of what I
desert
figured.
and-
And so you would have been the one, while he's taking the boots off of the NATO soldier, and while he's taking the shoes off the teenager.
I'm ignoring it
You're
completely.
you're
because
going
it's
you're
like-
going around and gathering
are-
up things that are really needed.
Yeah.
There are two other vehicles there. So you have the truck, and then there were two others that were left behind by the orcs. They're kind of like a side-by-side type thing, more of a dune buggy. So they'll only hold a couple of people and maybe some cargo. The one of them has a gun mounted to the back of it, and the other one just looks like it can hold a passenger.
Do we find any extra gas?
There's gas in those vehicles, and give me another luck check. The higher you roll, the more gas you find. D20. Luck checks are all going to be D20. Nope, that's not it. I don't think that one is either. I think that's a D12. How do you not know your D20?
Oh, Jesus, I'm an idiot.
It's the best one. Literally the most important die.
It was hiding, okay? It's camouflage.
It's the one with the 20-sided.
16.
It says 20 on
16.
I think we figured that out last one. I just
So
forgot.
you find 3 5-gallon gas tanks.
Perfect.
Or gas cans, excuse me.
Have we? Okay, the one with the gun on the back of it.
Mhm.
Do we have room to load our AI friend? That's
She's in the deuce and half inch.
Yeah, that one wouldn't be big enough. Like I said, these are like the size of a side by side.
okay.
Yeah, you would to haul her.
Take
You would have to.
Norris's truck that he ran over. I'll
Yeah,
have
you would
to-
have to take the deuce and a half to
Yeah.
haul that, and that's where you're gonna put a majority of the survivors.
Okay. Are we traveling with the survivors? Or are we sending them on their way?
How many survivors are there?
So there are. You find. Oh, I have a note on this. You have 24 that are in shape to travel. There's dead bodies everywhere, so it's a very small portion of the population on this train that survived. But you have 24 survivors, and then you have a bunch of people that are. You can tell by looking at them, they're not likely to make the trip. Surprisingly enough, I legitimately rolled on this. Not Heather. Survived.
No way.
That's a tough old lady.
Well, you don't make
I-
it to triple digits
I
in
gave
2093.
I gave her a very high DC, and I rolled a natural 20. Like it was DC 19 for her to survive. If she got a 19 or a 20, she survived.
That's
she
one
is
tough broad.
She is unscathed.
He is. Wow.
Wow.
So I'm going to look at Alphonse and I'm going to say, hey, we should take the old lady.
Norris, I'm 100% with you. That is easy to throw out as bait.
Oh, that is so dark.
Wow, you're kind of dark there, Alphonse.
I was kind of thinking maybe she's got some like connections to make it to 100 and something in 2093.
That's true.
A lot of wisdom in those years.
Yeah.
Well,
But we can use her as bait. I'm good with that. I like bait.
we're gonna have to.
Are you guys having this conversation out loud? In
Oh,
front
yeah.
of
Yeah, we really are.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just wanted to verify.
Yeah. I mean, they don't look like they could really fight. Anyone here could fight us off.
No.
Who's going to speak to them? Who's going to tell them a plan? We should probably come up with a plan.
Yeah, we should probably do a plan.
I don't think we should take Minnie, but that's just Norse's 2 cents. Because we've got 30 rations. If we take a bunch, then we're responsible for them. Plus, we got this thing we loaded in Deuce and a Half that we're responsible for.
How many miles do we have left to Kansas City?
You don't know.
Like half a day at least.
Well, and to be honest with you, you think the train company would have insurance for something like this? I've got to imagine they're sending someone out here to clean this mess up.
Yeah, they probably knew it was wrecked right away.
Yeah. So, do we really feel bad for leaving a bunch of people?
I mean, we could probably take a couple more just
We
in
could
case
probably take the
run.
worst of the bunch, and then the ones that look like they could survive.
Yeah,
Take them.
Give them the guns. I mean, I feel like we all have. I mean, you've seen his arm. You've seen Norris's arms. Those things are guns themselves. We can leave the weapons here with them.
So, good news for you two. The gun show's free.
Alphonse gets the chills immediately. From his like, "Oh." I unlocked a new achievement.
New kink.
Kink. unlocked.
No.
So, is that the plan? We're taking the worst ones in Grandma. We're hitting the road.
Yeah, as long as the
We'll take the worst that doesn't look like they can fight or survive.
Yeah,
I think that's a good plan.
yep. Fair enough.
Women and children.
Minus the one I took the shoes from. He's not making it.
He's Gandhi.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll to see how many you can fit in the Deuce and a Half with the cryo chamber and the rations and stuff like that. This will be a maximum number. You guys can take as many as you please.
Women and children, are they
rolled
safer
pretty
with
high.
us
That's an 18.
or safer here?
They'd be safer with us,
Okay.
I think.
Maybe.
Just because
I-
we can handle.
This
crowds
was
a
my
little
first
better.
train experience, Ash. I don't really know what the railway system does as far as incidents like this.
Well, usually they send out an insurance agent in either another rail or a bus.
Mr. DM, what's the insurance company now? Is it like some weird version of
I think it's
Triple
just
B.
they have-
Triple B?
You know,
probably have like their own.
to be honest with you, I feel like all the corporations would be self-insured.
Self-insured, okay.
Yeah, I feel like they would mainly come out here just to recover as much of their equipment as possible, and maybe whatever survivors there are.
Oh, that you think? Okay, so survivors should probably be good.
Yeah.
They're not going to just like kill them all and like this didn't happen.
No.
Okay.
No, they can use it as a sympathy plea.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, put out there, oh, this tragic attack on our train killed all these poor people.
And I think they'll deal with the bodies. The dead ones, anyways.
I'm not going to deal with it.
No, I ain't dealing with it.
Can you imagine the stench? They're not coming with us.
Just
No.
just pile them up in the back of the Deuce and a Half.
I really don't want that weight.
How much time do you guys spend searching and deliberating before you take off?
Hour.
An hour?
Maybe,
Maybe.
max.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
We need to get on the road.
Right.
We got to get to Kansas. Because I'll tell you what, it ain't safe here.
No.
What was your first clue?
I don't know.
It's not safe just in general out here.
Somebody give me a survival check. See if you can figure out where you are.
That won't be me, gentlemen. Ash will not roll that.
You should roll that. I'm not
Okay.
rolling too well.
Oh, perfect. 21.
Yes, sir.
21. Very nice. So with that, you're doing the math in your head, and you've made this trip a couple of times. Being a rich kid, you go back and forth, especially with the corporate offices wanting you to show up for. You're basically like a their show dog. That they're like, oh, look at the founder's son. Oh, he's still with us. And so they invite you up to Chicago to do like press junkets and shit like that. So you would be aware that you're just outside of Quincy. Quincy, I forgot what state it's in.
Indiana.
Quincy, Illinois. Just
They both
about,
start with I's.
which is right next to the Missouri River, or Mississippi River, excuse me.
Which is no more. Right? I don't know.
The Mississippi, the river's still there.
Just don't eat the fish.
If there is any fish.
If there isn't.
Oh, there's fish.
I'm just thinking Oregon Trail right now. I'm gonna die of dysentery because I can't kill anything.
Nobody dissed Terry.
So you would know that you've made it about halfway. You have a pretty decent trek to get to Kansas City.
All right. So we have a plan. Women, children, leave who can
Grandma.
fight here. Grandma has to come. Well, Grandma has to come with. Makes sense. Would you like me to tell everyone, or
Yeah, you seem like the type that
okay? Okay,
you're
fantastic.
pretty charming.
Mr. DM, is there a spot where I could almost take like a stage, like something I could step on?
Yeah, I would imagine you could step up on the back of the Deuce and Half. Everybody would be kind of crowded around that.
Okay, fantastic.
So yeah, you could probably step up onto the tailgate and address everybody from there.
Great. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's in our best interest to take the women and children in the Deuce and a Half to Kansas. Everyone that is left here can fight on their own. The railroad company should be here whenever they get here. You know, we'll leave as many guns as we can here and take what we can with us.
So you hear all this rabble, just people talking amongst themselves. Some of them sound pretty angry. Some of them are like, especially the women and the children, they're like, "Yay!" Give me a persuasion check with disadvantage because you are, telling these people they're gonna sit in the middle of nowhere.
The first one was a 31.
Okay,
That is still 22.
22. 22 is still going to convince pretty much, there's a lot of talking amongst themselves and they kind of about how many are you guys planning on taking? I rolled, you guys can fit 18 people, not including yourselves.
There's only 24 people.
Yeah, and how many of those are women and children?
Yeah.
A decent chunk, and then there's a couple of families where it's husband and husband and wife. There's some families together, and they all have like kids with them and stuff like that. We'll say there's 3 families. One of them is sobbing because they just lost one of their kids. They're very, very sad. So I would imagine you would want to take them with you, unless you're heartless.
He
which
wasn't wearing Chuck
you might be.
Taylors, were he?
I wish I had thought of that.
Sorry.
Well, there's other vehicles. I mean, if they're that upset,
Yeah.
they can take the one with a turret mounted on the back or whatever.
And that very well could be what happens is whatever people you leave may just take off on their own. But because give me anyone. Actually, you can all do it. Just an intelligence check.
That's a 7 from Norris.
Sounds about right.
17.
17.
That's a 7 for me too. So.
Okay. So, Alphonse, you would assume that before too long the orcs are going to come back. They're banking on the people that fought them off are going to leave, and then they can come back, and the train's going to be easy pickings.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So pretty much anybody you leave here is likely going to die. You don't have to tell them that.
Oh,
but-
I will not.
Yeah.
No. No, I mean, we'll load up again. If there's multiple vehicles, people can do whatever
Yeah.
they want. If anyone in the crowd has a problem, they can talk to good old Norris and Ash.
So do you guys take as many people as you can, take the 18, or do you fudge it and tell them, oh, we can only fit a certain amount?
I think we're going to fudge it.
I think
Yeah.
we fudge it.
Yeah.
Maybe like 12,
Yeah.
including us.
I think
Okay.
so.
So you address the crowd. You say, with this valuable cryo chamber and with all the rations to get people there to ensure as the safety of as many people as possible, we can only take 12.
Yep.
Give me a deception roll, because I'm assuming, the one presenting this to them.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. That is 17.
17. He is excellent. He's a bird.
That's why he's doing all the talking.
Yeah.
Well,
so with that, you see people kind of bargaining with each other, like families. The husband being like, you guys should go. I'll stay here. I have better odds of surviving out here. And so there's kind of some bargaining going on within the group to figure out who should go, who should stay. You end up mainly with women and children. You get your 12. It's like 3 women and all of the remaining healthy kids. So you have like 9 kids and 3 adults, kind of that they all agreed would be the chaperones of these 9 kids.
Okay.
But you don't really have anybody that's going to be able to help you fight, if it comes down to it. A couple of the dads will likely hop in the side-by-sides and travel with, and you might be able to get some assistance through that. But
I think it's best. That way they're not in our way.
I'd agree.
I agree.
Then Norris would get in the driver's seat and say, "Not Heather. Get in the passenger seat. Let's go, Grandma." Hey, Ash. Will you grab them gas cans I found?
Yeah, I'll grab the gas cans.
I'll get the rations.
Oh, yeah, we might need the rations.
Mm-hmm.
okay,
I was just worried about not Grandma or not Heather.
Good old not Heather.
Good old not Heather.
oh yeah, I forgot. You guys, she's one of the women that comes with to chaperone.
I think we make an exception, and she was just guaranteed on the
Oh,
drive.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. So she's not included in the 12.
Yeah.
Okay,
She
very
knew
good.
she was coming from the get-go.
Yeah.
Yeah, she already found herself a nice spot, and she's like
She was
sitting
in
there
before I was.
She's in there like crocheting.
I'm gonna make all you boys just the nicest sweaters.
Awesome.
So what is that? What does it actually leave? There were side by sides. How many people could fit in the vehicle with the turret gun on the
So
back?
you can have 2 people in the front seat, 1 person on the turret,
Uh-huh.
and then the other one is just a 2-seater with a flatbed.
Oh, okay. So we're not really leaving that many people behind.
No, there's not too many in it, and it's mainly like older men that volunteer to stay behind, and they do ask for a couple of guns.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just so they can, take out as many as they can before passing on. Because at this point, they've probably accepted their fate.
All right.
Okay.
And I grab like an SMG looking gun,
Okay.
just for my side.
You can go in to D&D Beyond, and you guys can basically pick anything that's not a laser rifle or an antimatter gun, or if it's a normal sounding firearm, you can go ahead. I don't think any of you are proficient in firearms, but you can still use them.
I don't see you grabbing a gun there, Norris.
No, Norris doesn't need no gun.
So I'll
He's
just
got the
carry-
guns.
I am the gun.
I'll just carry my government issued one. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I usually didn't carry a gun, but now I do.
Well, you never know when you're gonna need one. Okay, so then you guys take off.
Yep.
And we'll just carry over your survival check from earlier. It gets you going in the right direction for sure. Somebody give me a D100 roll. We'll see how much gas. It's basically going to be a percentage of a tank.
64.
Okay, so you have over a half a tank of gas, so you can get a decent ways. So you travel for about 45 minutes, and you see the signs for Quincy because a lot of the signs are still intact, and you're able to kind of follow the tracks and at some point a highway, an old highway, crosses the tracks. You follow that for a bit, and you start seeing signs for Quincy.
Okay.
As you come up to Quincy, and everything around you is mostly a barren wasteland. There is some plant life. Most of it has died, but there's still like your random tree and some grasses going across that. They're alive, but just barely. And then you see some that living in the cities you would have never seen. Like, radiation has definitely affected the plant life as well. You get the idea that traveling on foot would have been very treacherous.
Interesting.
So you're coming up to Quincy, Illinois. You're outside of town, but you can see it on the horizon. At this point, it's probably mid-afternoon, 3 o'clock, something like that, since you guys took off in the morning.
Does anyone know anything about Quincy?
I've only just traveled through it by train. I don't know much about it.
So like I said before, you would know that this is basically the last town before you cross the Mississippi River. Other than that, it's a small, it's a fairly small town. It never had a huge population. You can't imagine there's really anybody living there now.
So we can either stop here for the night or continue going and risk dark.
Well, this is a safe town, potentially. We could leave the survivors here.
That was my thought process, Alphonse.
I
Do
mean,
we really want to take them all the way to Kansas with us?
I don't want that weight on my shoulders.
It doesn't matter to me. We could take them. We do have the rations. It'd probably be one ration a day for everybody, just to get them to survive.
Well, if this town is populated, I mean, maybe they have stuff. They might have gas and food, and I don't know, Ash. I feel like you're the expert in this area.
Yeah, the town is still pretty barren. I don't know what's living here or who's living here. A lot of it is going to be outlaws.
They might have a motorcycle.
We can look for that.
And Bush Light.
Ooh.
I would consciously would not feel good about leaving them, but we can if it's going to hinder our survival.
Well, I don't know you guys that well, so
True.
we can play it by ear when we get there.
Let's see what the town has, and let's go from there.
Okay.
As you guys are coming into Quincy, everybody give me a perception check.
Natural 20.
Oh, very nice.
Nat 1.
A 7.
A 7.
25 total.
So who's I'm assuming you're driving since you kind of knew
Yeah.
where you were
yeah.
and or he could be Norris could be driving and you could be navigating. Actually, that probably works better since I'm sure he would insist on driving the
I'm
truck
driving
since he
it.
stole it. So as you're coming in, you see fires in Quincy. they kind of look like what's the name? The burn pits.
Like a hobo fire?
Yeah, yeah, sure. They look like a hobo fire. Like
works,
maybe they
right?
stacked tires and stuff like that, and they're burning. There's about a half a dozen of them around the city, lit on fire. That's about all you can see from here.
So that tells me there's people living here. Could probably bed down closer to one of those or pull in and see who pops out or what pops out. It looks like there is civilization here. But who knows what kind of civilization. Like I said, a lot of what's out here in the Barrens is outlaws and thieves.
Well, I'm reliant on you, gentlemen. You're definitely the fighters of the bunch. Do you want to get in a rumble? Do you feel like this is not the move? What do you think, Ash and Norris?
I feel like we should probably approach it a little safely. Not go in there just blazing, but, kind of circle the joint, see what's cooking. See if we see anybody just out on the streets before we pull into the streets.
So I'll let you do essentially a stealth check for the truck. If you go onto your character sheet and go to the last tab, the other tab, I put on there for all of you the stat sheet for a vehicle. None of the weapons that are listed are equipped, but you should see scavenger. Excuse me, the extras tab, not other extras.
Ah, there it is.
So all your modifiers for the vehicle will be listed there.
Perfect.
So if you guys want to come up subtly and just scope the place out closer up, you can definitely roll a stealth check. I'll have you do it since you are the driver.
I should see stealth on here.
You will use the dex modifier because it doesn't have any proficiency in stealth because it's a truck.
So it'll say +1.
Yeah, just click on it. And so yeah, it'll be your D20 roll +1 because it's got a dex of 12.
So
10. So
10. It is a deuce and a half
It is a deuce and a half.
with a big ass plow.
as you guys are coming up to the town, you're driving slow and you're kind of skirting around the outside. And just as you get around Ash, you realize that Norris never turned the headlights off. So you've been skirting around this town with the headlights
Well,
on
so much for not being
On-
noticed.
on the truck. Give me another perception check.
15.
15. You see 3 vehicles coming from the town and driving towards you. Looks like 2 of the dune buggy style vehicles and either a vehicle with a headlight burnt out or a motorcycle.
Norris, you want to slow up a little bit here?
Yeah.
I don't want to cause too much of a ruckus, it looks like, because you forgot to turn off the headlights.
Sorry. How was I supposed to know it gets this dark? I just spent a whole day in BDSM.
So it is fairly dark out just because of the ash that was sent up into the ozone and all that. So there's not you never get much sunlight. It's almost middle of the day. It's basically overcast all the time. It's like living in Seattle. And this at this point of the day, it's starting to get dark. So it's almost like sundown. at this point. So you're able to see, but not super clearly. So as they get closer, I'll just run off of your same perception check. As they get closer, you can see that these are very clearly more orcs. And they're because you guys slowed down, they're getting very close. Close enough that you can see their green skin.
Damn it, Ash. We should have kept going.
I mean, we got to go through the town to get through.
Do you want me to try to reason with them?
You can, we can try to reason with them. They're orcs. They're not the greatest.
Well, sometimes
we'll try.
Sometimes I can speak a little idiot. I don't know. I'll try.
As soon as it goes south, I'm mowing them over.
Fair enough.
Works for me.
So I picture Alphonse has been sitting talking to these two. Like I picture this deuce and a half has like a little window to the bed,
cab.
the cab of the truck.
a little pass-through window.
Yeah. So I've just been sitting in back with all the women and children and talking through that window. So
Yeah, and you have kind of like a canvas tarp over the top, covering you.
Yep. So I start standing up and I prepare to get ready to jump out of the back of the vehicle once it comes to a stop.
Oh, okay.
Norris, you better help protect him. If I jump out with a big old sword on my back, it's going to look real threatening. But if you jump out,
Yeah, because my
You'll
metal
just look
arms
like a
aren't
battle.
threatening.
you just look like a bodyguard.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll stop it, but you better be good with those words.
I not promising anything.
And then Norris just slows down and comes to a complete stop.
As you do that, these three vehicles come up. And it is one motorcycle and two side-by-sides. And they just start doing, like, making like a circle. And they're just riding around in a circle around the truck, kicking up dust. And the dust is getting thicker and thicker and thicker, and it's getting harder and harder for you to see. As they're doing this, the motorcycle stops. It kind of pulls up behind the truck, and the two side-by-sides just keep going and stirring up all this dust. It's getting really hard to breathe, and you can't see very well, but you can clearly see this. I mean, this thing is covered in iron, and it looks like they've just haphazardly just started attaching guns and armor and just junk. You can see like tin roofing panels that they've cut out and they've turned into like a front fender because the tire is like a foot wide on the front. You imagine that this thing handles like garbage.
Oh, they're not riding on just steelies. Like there's no rubber.
No. There's tires there, but it looks like they've got like car tires
Okay.
that they've just stuck on this motorcycle, and this thing is barely holding itself together. But it comes up.
Gosh, I definitely gulp on this one.
It's like a Harley potato, and pulls up in front of you.
Truck! Our truck! Give us our truck!
We won this in a gambling bet.
Roll deception.
18.
You definitely beat his insight.
Who you beat? Who you beat for truck?
I believe his name was Roger.
Fucking Roger! You give me truck.
Well, no, Roger said to come here, you'd get us some extra gas so we can make it to Kansas.
Roger, liar!
Why?
Give you no gas.
I thought orcs were true to their word.
No, that's also a lie.
What in the hell is going on out here?
You get no gas. You give me truck.
I told you I won this truck in a bet.
No. You give me truck.
You
I'm
wanna-
not Roger.
How about you bet me?
I'm not Roger. You give me truck.
Let's roll some dice on this. And I pulled dice out of my pocket.
He reaches in his pocket and he pulls out dice. Give me a perception check.
My perception check is going to be 12.
These things are definitely made out of bone. These used to be somebody.
Oh! I'm not nervous. No. I'm not nervous. I yell back, Norris, I got this.
I hope so.
Rollies.
Rollies it is.
I rolled poorly.
I rolled a 6, Mr. DM.
I rolled an 8. Give me truck. 8 beat 6.
It's best out of 3.
We didn't say that.
I thought that was implied.
Oh, it's cute. The orc don't know how to count to 3.
You shut up and truck. Best out of 3.
Okay.
Rollies.
15.
17 beat 15. Give me truck.
Well, clearly we're not going to make any headway with this.
Give me truck.
No.
Give me truck.
No. I refuse.
So
I won this fair and square.
at this point, you lose truck. You just lose truck to me. You give me truck.
Well, give me something else to drive in.
Norris would probably get angry at this point and jump out of the truck.
I just kill you. Take truck. Go ahead and roll initiative. That's not how I thought that was going to go. Give me truck.
15 for Norris.
Good job, Al. Those are some good words there.
You can use my dice next time, Alphonse.
I could have lied about my rolls. I already deceived him.
You did already deceive him. You should have deceived him.
All right, I gotta roll. Well, those are garbage. That one's not bad. Actually, no, that's not very good either. Well, 25 to 20.
21.
21 for Ash. 15 to 20.
19.
15.
19 for Alphonse. Oh, sorry. I always spell Alphonse wrong. For some reason, I want to put a PH.
That's fine.
I don't know why.
Spell it how you feel. No one else is going to see it.
And then up is Norris at 15. And then you have... So you three are all going to go before these orcs, which is fitting because two of them are still in their vehicles. So we'll go...
How far in front of the truck did the motorcycle stop?
He's right behind the truck.
Oh,
He's
Okay.
Yeah, directly behind the. So you have truck, and then right at the tailgate you have Alphonse. Standing in front of him is this orc, and then right behind him is the motorcycle. So they're right in line. And then we'll just call them 1 and 2. Ash, you're up first.
okay. I am going to. So because he's behind the truck.
Have you not healed yourself since the last encounter?
No, I have not.
Okay. Well, you are
I didn't know if we were doing a short rest or not.
so we will say that this is the truck, and then you have Alphonse directly behind it, Orc War Chief, and then you have these two on the outside.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
you're waiting
go
on
ahead.
me. Sorry. I am. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move to the back, towards next to the orc.
Okay. Yeah, you got plenty of movement.
So I'm right up next to him, and I am going to. Hang on one sec here. Okay, refresh my memory, DM. Channel Divinity, is that considered an action?
I believe it listed as an action.
That's what I thought. Yes, it does.
I do not have your character sheet. In front
No,
of me,
you're
but I
good.
believe.
It does. Well, I'm going to I'm gonna take 2 swings at him.
Okay.
That is 23 to hit.
Hits. Definitely
So,
hits.
and this is with Divine Smite,
Okay.
just so you're aware.
Don't forget your sword adds 1 damage dice to all smites.
Yes. And okay, I need another.
Ill prepared.
I was missing a dice.
That's all right. I didn't have my dice out at all last episode.
10 and
I nearly forgot my dice at home, so dodged a bullet there.
Luke has enough to share.
I do. I can't math today, so that is 21 damage.
Woo! Take a big old chunk out of him. So
That's just
whenever you
one.
hit, I imagine your divine smite almost as radiation coming off of your blade, and you just dig it into this this war chief.
Oh yeah. And second attack.
You can smell the orc flesh singeing.
Just so I'm showing Alphonse.
Oh, is that a 20?
That is a natural 20.
Oh no!
Get credit, son.
So
I have a feeling this is going to be a shorter combat than anticipated.
I really want that motorcycle.
Yeah.
That's so 3. So we're doing full. That's 3d6. So that's 12 plus 15. That's full damage, and then
Where's the third d6 from?
the sword. It's 2d6 plus another damage 6.
No, that's only on smites. You only get the extra damage die on smites.
That was a divine smite.
Oh, you're adding divine
Yeah.
smite on this one too?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, divine smite on both.
'Kay.
Sorry, I did not clarify that
Okay.
at all.
No problem.
So yeah. So 12, 15. That's 27 total.
27 total damage with the
Yeah.
crit?
Well, that's just the main damage.
Oh, okay.
And then 6, 9, it's 11. And 11, 8, and that's, oh my god, I can't math tonight. 11, 17, or 19 plus 4 is 23. So 23 and 27 total.
So 50.
Yeah.
He is in bad shape. so you dig this blade into him, and it buries itself in his rib cage, and he's looking shocked. He was just playing dice a second ago, and now he's got this irradiated blade just embedded into his rib cage for 50 damage. Oofta.
I don't remember how.
Do you have anything for a bonus action?
I do. I need to see. I'm gonna lay on hands myself.
That's a good idea. Is lay on hands
Oh,
a
it's an
bonus action?
action.
I was going to
No,
say,
no,
I
I
believe
can't.
that's an action.
So
That
I
would have been a
am done
great thing
then.
to do on the trip there.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking. So I'm done.
Okay. Alphonse.
With this orc chief, has any of his armor been damaged? Does he have it? Did he have armor that the blade went through at all?
Yeah, it's basically just like steel plates that he's got strapped onto him. It's real just janky.
Some of it got a little damage though with the sword attack.
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I walk up to the orc chief because kind of next to Ash, and I put my hand on him, and I go, I really wish you would have just given us the gas and let us go on our way. And what happens is how my eye can kind of play tricks on people. My eye flashes, and the next thing you know, a piece of his armor is mended, or he perceives it as mended, but it's just an illusion. And I said, do you want to continue this fight, or will you give us what we want?
Give me a deception check and a persuasion check.
Deception, that is going to be a 25.
Damn bards.
And persuasion is going to be a 14.
That's a natural 18. So he looks at you and he's got this kind of confused, like he's got this blade that just damn near cut him in half, and he's got blood coming out of his mouth. And he's no, and you see him winding up to take a swing at you,
Okay.
but it's not his turn yet. So Norris,
Yes.
you're up.
So Norris is just going straight for an attack.
Okay.
So what I want Norris to do is
For the same orc.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
But I wouldn't have moved yet. I would still be back. Here
Oh,
by the
sorry.
truck. You're fine. So what I want Norris to do. Well, I should probably roll first. I'm just going to go straight for an attack.
Okay. Do you want to move up to him first?
So it's part of my attack.
Oh, perfect. Go for it.
Got some flavor on the spring. No, I'm not.
So tell me, keep in mind what you were going to do, and then tell me what you rolled.
I rolled a 3.
Plus.
It's still not enough to hit.
Not even close.
So, was your intention like a Superman punch or something?
It was going to be I was going to run and jump off the tailgate and just come down with an elbow right on his noggin.
Okay. So you run and you go to plant your foot on
Not
the
true.
tailgate to launch yourself, and the tailgate is much slicker than you had anticipated, and these Chuck Taylors just don't have the grip you need. So you go to plant your foot and it just like slips out from under you, and you fall. You don't fall prone, but you just land next to Alphonse. Give me an acrobatics check. I want to see if you can make this look like it was on purpose.
18.
18. So you slip off of there, and you grab the tailgate, and you just kind of correct yourself, and you land right next to Alphonse, like you meant to. You still have a second attack.
Did you see that, Alphonse?
That was awesome.
Yeah. Watch this. And then for my second attack,
No, he's not.
no. I'm going to punch him right in the balls. So this is just 21.
Hits.
Perfect.
Now you
Holding.
do not get the extra 2d6 because you're not
Correct.
raging.
I'm not raging. That
Yeah,
was just
so just standard weapon damage.
it's 5.
5. Okay. So you land next to Alphonse, and you, like I said, you do it in a very convincing way, like almost like you were trying to Dukes of Hazzard slide across,
Wow.
and you just land next to him, just nonchalant, just like you meant to do that, and then you go to punch him in the dick, and he's got like this metal piece in front of his crotch, and you hit that, you push it into his testicles, but it just doesn't have the amount of oomph that you're used to.
It's fair. Had a nice ring to it.
Oh yeah,
He's got a chastity belt.
it's an Everlast.
It's never last.
So yeah, it sounds like a gong. You just, boom.
Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Do you have anything you want to do as a bonus action? I assume you're not using your rage.
I'm not raging, no.
'Kay.
Bonus action? No.
I think you're
Yeah,
you're pretty
I'm
limited
pretty
on bonus
done,
actions.
yeah.
So that brings us to first up is the chief standing in front of you. You just took a nasty chunk out of him, but you're who he's angry with. Alphonse is who he's angry with.
How so? I didn't throw a sword through him.
For one,
How about chopped him in half? I'm impressed he's not mad with me.
so he's going to take his aggression out on you.
He takes his dice game very seriously, obviously.
He misses.
We'll see. 22 to hit.
And I activate my shield. Because my shield
Okay.
activates within 5 feet. And
Okay.
he's within 5
So
feet
that
of
gives
me.
you a +5. Does it still hit with a +5?
Yeah, it still hits.
Okay.
I was trying to help.
Appreciate it.
You take 15 slashing damage.
Okay.
And then he's going to take another swing. I think this one's going to miss. That's a 15.
Do I still get the
You still
shield?
have
Still
the
get shield.
+5.
Oh yeah, that one
Okay.
misses.
Okay. Very good. So yeah, he's able, before the shield comes up, he's able to get the first hit in with his axe, and then the shield comes up and just kind of pushes his arm off to the side, and he's just not able to land that second attack.
Have it.
Uh,
Yeah, you don't have it.
next we come to this orc over here, standing right behind Ash a little ways. He is going to use his action to cure wounds on his chief. So you see him, he pulls out a gun, and you think he's going to shoot Ash, but instead he shoots past Ash and hits his chief in the neck with a dart. And regains... regains very little. Okay, and then this one over here, seeing you take that nasty chunk out of his boss, give me a charisma saving throw, DC 12.
Charisma, you said?
Yes.
Ooh, 9.
So he's got this little keypad out, and he has hacked into your cybernetics and cast Bane on you. So now anytime you basically roll just about anything, attack roll or saving throw, you subtract a D4 from
Okay.
it.
And I have to roll that d4 during the roll?
Yeah,
Or
you'll
after?
you'll
Or
roll
and
your
then roll?
D20 to attack and then subtract a D4 from it. That is both of their turns. Ash.
Okay. So I'm still with the chief. I want
Yep.
I want his bike just because I want his bike. I'm gonna use my I'm divine smiting, and I'm really mad now. I just want him dead. And great weapon master.
Okay.
I'm going to attack him, and that is 14.
14 misses. You do not expend the spell slot for your divine smite because you only
Right.
use divine smite if you want to after
Right.
the hit.
So, well, I am going to attack him again.
Same great weapon master.
Great weapon master
Okay.
as well. And I have to remember what that does. Hang on. I
You
think it's
subtract-
just subtract.
Yeah, you subtract 5 and add 10 to the bonus.
Yep. Oh, that's a good roll. That is a 27 minus 5. That's 22.
Minus a D4.
$19.
19. It still hits.
Basically, you
I
took
just wanted to
away-
make you roll the
it-
D4.
It took away my entire plus to my attacks.
Yeah.
So, still hits. So now you had 10. So this is with divine everything. So
Okay.
that's a good roll. That's 30.
30. How do you want to do this?
Yes. So I immediately take my sword out and everything just because I was trying to chop him in half this time. This time I'm just going to parry and just straight into him and then sweep up. Cut
Okay.
him in half again.
Okay, perfect. So these two halves of this orc just slump to one side, and then the other's kind of looking confused, even though one side fell. And he's looking at Alphonse like what is, and it just falls to the side. And that brings us to Alphonse. Devil.
I would just go around the vehicle. I have no interest in fighting these things.
Okay. So you move yourself to the opposite side of the vehicle, taking cover behind it.
Yep.
And this is a big enough vehicle that you can take full cover. So you're fully out of their view.
Is there? I don't want to necessarily hold action, but has the dust settled from those motorcycles? Can I perceive?
It's most of it has settled. Your visibility is still limited past about 50 feet.
Okay, I guess the main thing I want to do is, as I take cover, it's more so to make sure that nothing else is coming up from that town.
Make a perception check.
My perception check is going to be a 21.
21. You hear horns blowing. You don't see anything leaving the town yet.
Okay.
Okay. Norris.
So Norris isn't raging, so I feel like I would be somewhat thinking a little clearly.
Yeah.
And at this point, I don't think this town is worth it. So I'm just going to grab the gas cans and start filling the deuce and a half.
The gas cans that you took from the train?
Yes.
Okay.
So that we
Yeah,
can
you can
get outta here.
you can start filling it.
Dang it.
That brings us to this orc over here, and he is going to come up behind Ash, and he is going to take his attacks. They don't hit real well. That's a 16
Miss.
and a natural 20, so that one's going to hit.
Shield. I have one. That's my last one.
It's still auto hit. A
It-
critical
it-
hit
yeah.
is an auto
Okay.
hit.
Never mind then.
So that's 16 damage.
Okay.
And then he's still above half health. And then the other one, because you're the only target they can really see, he's going to run over and he's going to do the same. He's going to take 2 attacks at you. That is a 23 to hit.
I'm gonna shield.
'Kay.
That'll miss.
Okay.
Now the shield
So
is up.
what is your proficiency modifier?
Proficiency.
Yes.
+3.
Okay, so this is your last use of the
Yep.
shield.
This is the last
until
use.
tomorrow.
Yep.
And that is an 18. Okay, so only
Oh,
that
nice.
one hits. And that's Ash. Back to you.
Okay. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna lay on hands all my 25.
Okay.
That is my action.
Okay.
And then as my bonus action, I'm gonna turn to both of them and be like, "Do you really want to continue this fight?" And I'm pointing the sword out in front of him, as you just saw what happened to your boss. Now go give me some more gas, or else this will
Roll
become you
persuasion with disadvantage.
with disadvantage.
They just watched you cut down their chief, and they're not very bright.
Both 18s
Okay.
plus deception or persuasion.
Persuasion.
Oh man, that's really good. Oh shoot. Hang on. 18. 24 minus 2, 22 total.
Okay. So
That D4 really is a knocker.
yeah, yeah. Bane and Bless are very powerful spells. Well, you did beat his roll, so you see this one. Here, actually, let me roll for the other one. Yeah, you see this one kind of lose his conviction a bit, and he starts to back away from you. Do you take it? No, you put your shield up. You don't have a react. No, it's your turn, so you can take an attack of opportunity if you wish, because he's gonna start to back away from you.
Can I just grapple him? Is a reaction? Or
No.
No.
No, that would be your action.
I'm just gonna shoot him with the pistol,
Okay,
which isn't.
so you
Actually, no.
this is an attack
intimidation.
of this is an attack of opportunity from him backing away. So you can't you don't have time to.
Actually,
sheathe
I'm
your
not. I'm just
sword
gonna
and-
put the sword next to him,
Okay.
next to his throat. And
Okay.
I say-
He's just backing away.
Yeah. I'm not doing anything.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm just intimidating him, so to say.
The other one is still going to take his attacks. That's going to miss, and that's also going to miss. So one is backing away from you, and the other one is continuing to stand there. And oh wait, I skipped. Alphonse, you're not doing anything. You're just gonna.
I'm just gonna tell Norris that what my perception was is I hear some horns and ruckus in that town. We should probably hightail it the hell out of here.
Okay.
And then
As you're filling it up.
yeah, and then I'll just agree and say that's why I'm filling her up, because I don't think these guys are going to give us any gas.
Yeah, and then I guess I would make my way to climb back into the bed of the truck with to let everyone know that things are fine.
Okay. So yeah, this one looks like he's going back to his vehicle. This one's staying put. He already took his 2 attacks at you, so it's your turn again. Ash.
I'm going to tell him we don't want to fight anymore. Let us pass through the town with no interruptions,
'Kay.
so to say, and please leave.
So that one is going to hightail it back to his vehicle as well. So you're out of initiative. These two are jumping in their side-by-sides and heading off towards the town. Give me another perception check since you were looking out for them.
Roll high, Alphonse.
That is going to be 13.
13. So you can see these two getting in and running off. You see motion at the edge of the town, but you don't see anything real close. Definitely on their way, but not super close yet. Ash, you have a janky motorcycle sitting in front of you. It's still running. You don't see a key. You're not sure how they start it, but it's still running.
I sheath my sword and I go, I'm going to investigate the motorcycle, kind of, and get a knowledge base of how it runs, works, and that is...
So
how I'm
we're
rolling.
actually going to do this as an animal handling check.
Animal handling?
Yeah.
That's 21.
Okay, so with 21, you can immediately see that this thing they start it by just like taking 2 wires and sticking them together.
Hot wire.
Hot
Yeah.
wire.
you can tell that this thing it actually runs pretty smooth. But it is cobbled together from whatever they could find and just piece together.
Okay.
But it does run and ride. It's actually better than you expected from looking at it.
Awesome.
So you get you would probably, before they got into a threatening range, you would really only have time to empty one of the gas cans
That's fine.
into the deuce and a half because it's only about 12 seconds
Right.
has passed. So you get the one gas can in, and everybody loads back on the truck.
Well, before we load up, I would probably want to check the boss just to see if there was anything that the boss was
Okay.
hiding on himself that would be beneficial for us.
So on him, you would find what looks like you would be familiar with them. They're essentially like a digital wallet that holds your NATO credits. You find one of those. You don't know how much is on it. You would have to transfer it onto your own, which you don't have because you were a prisoner. But you would have to transfer it in order to find out how much is on there. But you do find a couple of those in his pocket, likely stolen from people he's killed. And then you find his great axe, which is pretty shitty. It's rusty and it has like duct tape for the handle, and it's in pretty bad shape. But it is very sharp.
Sharp is good.
Yeah, but that's all you find on him. He doesn't have much.
Probably going to take it.
Okay. All right. So you throw and it's blood stained and it's pretty nasty, but you just toss it in the back of the truck, or do you bring it up into the cab?
I say, do you give it to not Heather?
Yes, not Heather is getting that son of a bitch.
What am I going to do with this? I
Swing
can't
real hard,
crochet with
darling.
an axe.
Okay, so not Heather has her bloody axe.
I love not Heather. She's my favorite right now.
You guys can jump in the truck and take off. Give me an animal handling check to make sure that everything with the truck cooperates.
I figured I'll lead in front of the truck.
Okay.
That's a 17.
17, absolutely. So you get in, fire the truck up. You do see it's got a little more gas. 5 gallons doesn't make a big dent in a deuce and a half, but you get a little more gas.
Perfect.
And you guys can head on your way. Give me a survival check. I'm assuming you're navigating again.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, because you said you were going to lead the way. Yeah.
Natural 20 for a 22.
Okay. So you lead the truck around the town successfully. You can see a dust storm behind you, but they don't seem to be gaining on you. And you can assume that after a while they'll just kind of lose interest. But you continue on and you come to the Mississippi River after a little while. The bridge is knocked out. It is destroyed.
How long of a time lapse does it take for us to leave that town and get to the? Would I be having a conversation with Norris?
You absolutely can. You it's only about a half-hour drive
Okay.
between Quincy and the Mississippi. But yeah, you definitely have time to have a conversation.
Yeah, I'd love to get to know Norris a lot better.
Oh, chat away.
Okay. Norris, buddy,
What's up, big guy?
that was some sick moves.
You know, I'm just a man trying to make it another day.
What if you don't mind me asking, I don't mean to pry. Feel free to ask things on me, but what's the orange jumpsuit? Why'd they have your arms taken off of you, and why were they transporting you?
Man, look. Okay, I was part of this gang down in Georgia,
Okay.
and you know, back in the day, I was a professor before all this shit went down.
Oh,
Yeah.
professor of what?
You're gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh, but it's true. Astrology.
Really?
Really, really. I was trying to work for NASA,
Okay.
but then NASA went down the shitter with everything else. So then I just became a professor at UGA. And once everything hit the fan, I kind of lost my mind a little bit, you know. Didn't really want to leave Georgia, and just started running with the crowd that kind of seemed to be like me, and we just took what we wanted. Didn't really care about nothing else, and always liked lifting weights and getting strong, so I figured might as well make my arms metal. And well, let's just say we started doing some things we drew too much attention to ourselves, and here comes Daddy NATO, took me away, did some weird experiments on me. Don't know why they needed to do half the stuff they did, but they did. And they took my arms from me because every time we go somewhere, they're afraid that somehow I'll get full strength of my arms and just beat the shit out of them, which isn't far off. I probably would have.
From what I've seen, it makes sense.
Yeah, well,
I have to ask a question. With you being a professor of astrology, what's your sign? What is Norris's sign?
Norse is a Gemini.
Okay. I had to know. This-
Don't like them Capricorns. So yeah, that's why I was running armless through the barren wasteland, because you know they got to keep them off of me. That way, I ain't a threat as much.
That's a lot better story than what I had created, so I'm glad that you were
What do you mean
Professor.
created? You've been judging me before you even knew me?
It's just who I am.
That's fair, I guess. I can't be mad about that.
Just an armless man in a desert is just something I've never seen before.
But hey, the arms are pretty cool though, huh?
They're sick.
Yeah.
What do you think, Heather? I mean, not Heather. I don't know, whatever your name is.
Everybody keeps calling me not Heather. I'm Winifred. Winifred.
Not
You're-
Heather.
I'm going to purposely make your sweater one size too small.
Atta girl, Grandma.
Proud of you.
I'm very petty. When you get to my age, you will be too.
Not Heather. How did you make it to your age in a time like this?
I'm a bad bitch.
You know what, Grandma? Yes, you are. That's why I gave you that badass axe.
Please use that axe on someone.
She's going to use it on you. You make another assumption like that.
Well, I'll stop calling you not Heather
Yeah.
as soon as
Fuck around and find out.
don't make empty threats.
she's like holding up the axe, just like
Can she actually hold the axe?
she's like shaking. Like as she's lifting it, she's kind of supporting her dominant hand with her non-dominant hand to like hold it up.
The seat's helping her. She's using it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she's shaking so much that it almost looks like she's waving it at you.
Alphonse would definitely gently pat her shoulder, like, "I'm sorry." Not Heather. Just
It's
easier
fun to
for me.
pretend.
she's clunk, sets it back down on the seat.
I bet you could fuck someone up with those needles.
I've killed 4 husbands with these.
You took your medication today, right?
Oh shit! It's back on the train.
Now Heather's going to get real fucking interesting.
Norse.
I'm making a character sheet for not Heather, and she's gonna be a rogue. Those are gonna be her daggers. Dagger.
Well, Norse, it was nice to get to know you more.
You
Appreciate
too.
it.
Me too. And I'd probably look at Ash and be like,
He's on a motorcycle.
oh
in
yeah,
front of
because
the
you're
truck.
navigating. I forgot you're not sitting upstairs with me or up in the cockpit with me anymore.
And I pull up next to the truck, and I presume you have the window down, arm out the window.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
doing.
Of course.
I've got one metal arm out the window, and I'm doing a little wave thing in the air as we're driving down, going up and down with my arm. You know,
And I
like
kind
little kids.
of yell at you and go, well, we're approaching the Mississippi. So let's get prepared here. You might want to start slowing down a little bit. Are you enjoying the drive? It looks like you are.
And I just look at him and say, "What'd you say?"
As you pull up to the bridge, like I said, the bridge is collapsed in front of you, and you can look around and go up and down the bank, find somewhere that you can possibly cross. Possibly, if you travel down the river a ways, you may find another bridge. But right there, we will take our break.
Thanks, everyone, for listening to Dubstep and Dragons. We hope to catch you next week, where we find out what happens to our adventurers as they continue their journey through the Dells.